Wake up, gamers, cause you're listening to Big Think Dimension with KZ Excellent,
I'm optimistic about things.
Dan and Bob Video Games,
You see that mountain? You can fuck another man on that mountain.
and Mr. Feel.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student lying hidden somewhere in this school, the one they call the Ultimate Despair. Watch out for her.
Here on GigaBoots.
Bob,
Yeah.
it is our solemn duty to tell the audience what we ate at Taco Bell this week.
Oh, yeah?
We have to tell them
God. I almost forgot.
about the buffalo chicken nachos fry burrito.
Okay, yes, actually. Now I'm interested. Before I thought this is important.
No, this is very important. Bob, how would you describe the flavor of the... I'm going to look it up to be sure this is the exact name, because it is 5 words long. So it's easy to... It's easy to forget.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's buffalo chicken nacho fries burrito. It's a 5-word long fucking item at Taco Bell.
Cool.
One of the fries was piercing through the burrito shell.
What was it, Excalibur?
Yes.
Um,
Bob removed the fry and became the Forever Bell.
Gong.
it wasn't very good.
It was
their buffalo sauce is incredibly like way too sweet or something. It
Yeah,
just doesn't taste like it doesn't taste right.
Yeah, it has a real vague sweetness to it that just doesn't have a good bite at all. It's just weirdly sweet. And yeah, I don't know if it would be, because they serve this thing as 2 things. They serve it as a burrito and they serve it as a tray, kind of like,
The
Nacho Supreme.
right.
But nacho fries. It's really not good. I recommend everyone avoid it.
Which their fries are good. Those are fine. Just don't get this version.
Listen, everyone, if you're at a Taco Bell and you don't know what to order, go listen to our Game of the Year. We'll help you through. Getting away from Taco Bell.
You can't escape it.
No, this is
I
super,
went there today.
This is super relevant to this podcast. So I had a dream.
Okay. Always good.
I had a dream.
PS5 in it.
No, I'm not Bob. I had a dream of potential nightmares. Bob only sees the future.
Oh.
So I had a dream where it was the Big Think crew, me, Bob, you two, Casey and Feel, and we had a special guest host, Xeon. And Xeon's there because we're recording our reactions, our reception and review to, and thus making a spoiler cast for, the Sonic movie. And we are 40 minutes into this. We are 40 minutes into doing this review. And I look over
It all seems normal.
and we're not recording. I look over and the thing's it hasn't recorded a word. And I'm sweating. I'm gripped in deep terror. This is the worst thing in my life. And then I realized we never even did a, hey, I'm recording. Are you guys recording? So that meant either one of 2 things was true. You guys thought you missed the beginning to hit record without telling me. Because you were like, oh shit, I guess we're doing the review. And you guys hit record and didn't say anything. Or no one was recording.
I thought you were going to say something like, Xeon distracted me.
No, it was just a moment of, man, that would be awful.
40 minutes of us just talking about Jim Carrey's face.
Yes, without recording it. And I was like, man, we're all dumbasses. And then I woke up. Always good to wake up from a nightmare. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Horrible.
We have had not one rut row.
yes. We almost had one with that SD card problem. We retired in the last week our 512 gigabyte SD card.
Stop talking about that. I was fucking nothing that scared me more than that.
It was only 3 podcasts from 3 weeks that we almost lost. It was only...
Hey, it's okay. He didn't tell us that was what was happening until he got them out.
Yeah, because I didn't want anyone to spend minutes straight in gut wrenching.
It was a fucking load-bearing podcast. Got to get them all out.
But yeah, so luckily, I'm no longer trapped in that nightmare, and luckily you can avoid the nightmare at Taco Bell. Just don't order that thing. It sucks. It sucks real bad. But we have one last issue to talk about before we get into what we've been playing.
Oh, yeah?
Feel. Stop telling Saved You a Click Gaming to like fucking Daisy port. Stop doing that.
Hey,
Stop
no.
it.
You are misrepresenting what I did. I did not tell him to like Daisy porn. I said if he stops now, he's a coward, and that's objectively true.
What?
You're objectively bad.
You're a bully. You should have let him have the easy out, but no. 2 days later, 1 day later, he goes, after much deliberation, I've decided to continue liking Daisy art, both not safe for work and safe for work. And if you have a problem with my likes, then you're a fucking coward. That's your fault.
The theme of Save You a Click video games is braver.
They're going to find our podcast.
Good.
Good. I hope they do.
Please enjoy your stay.
Stop wanting to suck Daisy's socks. It's weird. You're weird. Just be horny like a normal person.
God damn it. This is the worst. Bob, what have you been playing?
I played all the way through E's Osa Falgana over the last week.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was fun.
Oh yeah, I heard you playing that for a few hours when we were just sitting down going, yes.
Yes. The podcast is over, so we just kept saying yes.
Yeah, that's mostly what we do nowadays. We end the podcast and then we just say yes insanely
And then
loudly.
it hits 6:30 a.m. and you're like, I should go.
No.
But yeah, I did like half of that game in one sitting, maybe more.
Yeah, it isn't super long.
Yeah, I think it ended up clocking in like 12 hours when I was done, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty cool. It is really close to Origin. I liked Origin a lot, so of course enjoyed this one. I was a little disappointed there weren't multiple characters after having beaten it. I think that would have been cool if it was like, okay, now play as Dogi and see what he did. Maybe it wasn't nothing. Oh, it was probably nothing, wasn't it?
No, it was nothing.
He punched that one thing. Otherwise, no.
Oh.
But yeah,
Got
that was
stabbed and had to sit down.
yes, he did.
That's important. You know, he's pulling his weight. Not anyone could get stabbed. I've yet to beat that one. I played it for a decent bit and then just stopped playing. It's almost like my life has a theme where
Yeah.
I keep doing that.
I guess this is only the second Ys game I've played through.
Really?
Yeah, because I started playing Celceta.
Mm-hmm.
I put it down.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of
1 and 2.
No, I guess I didn't even play those. I guess that next I just went to Origin, beat it, and then hadn't really played them since. Oh wait, I played a little bit of 7 and then dropped that too.
Now, Bob, if there's something I know about the E series, and Vox from twitch.tv/Voxandra would agree, you're supposed to play them all in order.
No, I don't care. I actually got my Vita recharged now. I think I'm going to pick that up again and just start wherever I left off.
7?
4.
Oh, okay.
Sea of Celceta.
Celceta.
Okay.
Sea of Celceta. No, Celceta is Sea of Trees.
You also tried out, because, you know, we rearranged the entire GigaBoots living room. So that way we could do a lot more varied of content more easily and not have to move everything around constantly, or keep an insanely expensive camera right next to a door where anyone could open it and hit the tripod and fuck everything. So we rearranged it to avoid that, and in the process of us testing that everything was hooked up correctly, you did check out the PS2 Es.
Yeah.
The Mask of Nepishtim?
The Ark of Nepishtim, I think.
Ark of
Bless you.
Nepishtim.
Oh, yes.
Number 6.
Number 6.
You know, I'd always heard that it was bad, but I liked the way that it looked when I saw previews for like the PSP version, so I was kind of excited to try it. That game is probably pretty bad. Unlike any other
the PC version is fine.
unlike any other, I don't know if this can
XT
be fixed in the
actually
PC
fixed
version. Like, it's literally like there's no direction at the beginning of that game at all.
Yeah, that problem isn't fixed. They added fast travel though, which is not in the original. at
Oh
all.
my god! like 3 doesn't get good until you get fast travel. It's like, yeah, no, just go anywhere, just immediately teleport everywhere, and then it's amazing. 6, it's literally the strangest, slowest start I've played to any of these Ys games.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe it. Like, it takes forever for you to even start playing it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge opening that's just boring. It's about bridge racism.
It's true. A bridge breaks and they're like, up, now we're racist. Damn bridge made us racist.
Fucked up.
It's pretty fucked up.
I feel like that
bridge broke.
translation is probably a lot worse than Xseed's also, because they redid the entire translation.
I would hope.
Right. I hope that a lot of their weird racism isn't so much blamed on the bridge.
It isn't. It's, if I remember right, it's like those stupid white people are tearing apart our sacred ruins to make their village, and the white people are like, those stupid animal people don't want us destroying their cultural sites for stone.
The PC version, of course, looks vastly better because it's not only not 480i, it is an insanely higher resolution.
I was enjoying the terrible dub. So I'll miss
The terrible dub's funny. I have to wonder if someone
I
made.
forgot they even had that.
Oh, and they also have CG cutscenes that are hideous.
Yeah, they have horrible looking CG, hideous CG cuts.
They really gave me an air of Final Fantasy Anthology CG cutscenes. I thought that's what Dan had booted up when he booted up the game.
That's true. I made him guess what game I booted.
I was like, is this Final Fantasy 6?
I think the piece. I think the PS2 version also has entirely different assets.
Yeah, it has fully 3D graphics.
It has fully 3D graphics. I'm pretty sure the PC version has 2D pre-rendered sprites.
The PC version I think existed first, and then whoever ported it was like, "We'll redo all the graphics."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Look horrible.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened, and the console versions are from Konami, or at least the PS2 version is.
And it has poison, which is just really annoying in these games. Or in a Ys game.
Yeah, that is annoying.
I hadn't seen that in any other I played, so it was super weird to be like, oh, you're poisoned now. You're just going to lose like half your health bar.
God, Bob, now that I think about it, you're really playing these out of order. You didn't even beat Half Minute Hero first.
It's also weird. It's like the one where they didn't really have the formula, because they made this one before they made Oath or Origin.
Yeah.
So they didn't really have their formula down, so there's a lot of weird stuff like poison, and you can use healing items during boss fights, when that is not a thing in the others at all.
Wait.
Fucking do it on 1 health bar, casual.
This is made before those, even though those are earlier numbers?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
God, the
Yeah,
series.
Yeah, no, this series is a nightmare.
Here's what happened.
Here's the problem. Every time I go, yeah, I know someone I can ask about that. The problem is I've already talked to her for half an hour about the E-series at least 3 times, and she's explained it. So instead of trying to figure it out, I nowadays just make the joke of, why aren't you playing the best Ys game, Ys Tactics on the DS? That game's a nightmare.
The art for this PC one does look a lot better.
It is a lot better, just straight
man.
up.
It uses basically the same art as Oath.
Yeah, it's very similar in that way.
Yeah, because it was really weird seeing them emulate the exact sword-like combo that he has in full 3D. It just looks bizarre.
I'm looking at Ys Tactics again. It looks nothing like an Ys game.
I don't even know who made it.
This is so upsetting.
I need to see who made this.
I'm posting a picture of how the
Thank
gameplay
you.
looks in that.
I need to see this.
Unreal levels of this isn't how Ys looks. What is this?
What?
Future Creates.
Yeah, Future Creates.
Is the one that
I
did
have never heard of
Ys
these people ever.
It looks more like Age of Empires. What in the world?
I have no
They
idea.
don't even have a Wikipedia page.
Yeah, it literally looks like a DS port of Age of Empires.
Oof.
This is rough. But yeah, that's why I constantly make jokes about it. Because the look at it.
They made a game called Wagamama Fairy Mirumo Dipon Tyson Mahodama for the Game Boy Advance.
That sounded way too close to the fake Jabba speak that Family Guy came up with.
I thought we fell into Mondo cool.
It's a shitty Puyo Pop ripoff. They made a shitty Puyo Pop ripoff.
The other thing I played that wasn't Ys, I tried out the Persona Scramble demo.
Yes.
So that was neat.
Yeah. As someone who likes mainline Dynasty Warriors, it's frustrating seeing another amazing one of those come out, but I'm glad it's great, and I'm excited for it. Because the demo's out on the Japanese store, right?
Yeah, but only on the Switch. So we only get to try out the kind of bad version you probably don't want to play.
Yeah.
It's so insane to me that game's on the Switch, because it's like, can we have the game that this is a direct sequel to? No. Just Atlas with the gaming headset? No.
Is this the only Persona 5 related thing going on the Switch? Yes.
Yeah, I can't believe they still haven't announced anything. That seems crazy.
I have to imagine it's just a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, that has to be it. Like, there's no other reason I can think.
Because my understanding, it was delayed more than a whole year, because it's like, guys, we can't release a game that's only on PS3 in 2015. You need to make a PS4 version. And they're like, we made this thing for the PS3. That isn't easy.
Yeah.
The Cell.
But yeah, it's really neat. It has lots of interactions with the environment. You can do like special moves on light poles, and you can like jump up to some scaffolding and knock it down to hurt enemies. Enemies all have like elemental weaknesses, just like in a regular Persona game. So you can hit them with that, and then you can do a follow-up attack that hurts them more. Like there's lots of neat little things in there. And unlike all of the Dynasty Warrior like spin-off games where they add a new character and they're awful and you hate them and it's just like, why are you taking a slash from a real character from this video game? I'm actually excited for these new characters. It seems like they're made by the original creators of the game instead of some random designer at Koei Tecmo, and like they'll probably be written to the story.
Yeah, no, the game seems incredibly faithful to the source material in style and everything.
Oh yeah, they put a ton of work into the menu layout.
Mm-hmm.
You literally go around to areas that you went to in the regular game, but now you can turn the camera in 3D.
I actually have a quick list of what I've been playing this week.
Sure.
Doom.
Nice.
Yes.
Which one?
Doom 2016 in 4K at 60 frames per second on this TV.
Yes.
Or as I call it, Noom.
All of that, please.
Shut the fuck up. I've been ruined because I saw that clip appear on my timeline this week of the opening to Doom, and it goes, "My name is Samuel Hayden. I made a fuck you wucky," and then he slams the monitor.
Yeah, no, that got me. I actually I was really interested in figuring out how they did the voice filter for that, so I finally found some behind the scenes stuff, because I would love to make a parody Doom thing. In fact, I had a very specific thing that would have killed human beings who saw it. And then I was listening to the audio engineer describing it, and I'm like, this is so far beyond my scope, I will never be able to do this. They're like, so then we 3D shape the audio, and I'm like, what? And they're like, and there are 13 other steps, and I'm like, okay, I'm done, bye. I'm sorry for thinking I could do a cool thing. Yeah, no, Doom 2016, I don't have to tell anyone, it's really great, but delaying it so that way I could get to play it on a GTX 1080 Ti on a fucking 4K OLED at 60 frames per second sure was worth it, because this kicks ass. It is such an insanely fun experience. I'm probably going to get Doom Eternal on PC as well, just because I like the mouse and keyboard and how it feels in Doom a lot more than the controller. Not that the controller's bad.
Yeah.
This game is really fucking fun and really enjoyable, and it was really weird to sit down and, while not doing content, play a game for 3 hours straight, go outside and go, where did the light go? Because the time passed so quickly. Because Doom doesn't slow down. Doom just keeps going. Non-fucking stop.
I wonder if for Eternal they'll patch in like keyboard and mouse support after PS5 comes
I'm
out.
sure the
something.
Xbox One X will get that, because they support that now.
Right. I just imagine PS4 is not supporting it, but hopefully with 5 they do.
Maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like too many developers are scared of somebody getting on keyboard and mouse on their shooter game and kicking the shit out of all these children.
Nowadays, what they seem to be doing, especially Call of Duty, is separating by control type. So if you're on PC and you're using a controller, you can match up with other people with controllers. I think
it
that's
actually
smart.
shows you the little display.
Do they have like a thing for people that are like trying to match up with controllers then switching mid-match?
I presume it would just kick you.
Right. I don't think that they let you do that.
I wonder if they do anything. Like, no.
That's the most obscene shit since my Tetris 99 technique, which was start a round, select the strategy, get out of the game entirely to switch to my SNES controller.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, no, that shit is not easy. It's funny as hell to think of someone doing that with a mouse and keyboard.
Now, I feel like there's a good chance you've seen this already, but I thought I'd recommend the Mick Gordon's GDC presentation on Doom.
Yeah.
Where he talked about composing the music for that.
It's
where
good.
they gave him the assignment for the game, which was make something no one's ever heard before, make it incredible, don't use guitars. Like you're not allowed to include guitars in any of this music because we don't want it to be screamo death metal for this entire game. And then he kind of went through his process of synthesizers and various different sound things to get something that sounded really unique. And then he said, "All right, we're putting guitars in this. You're gonna like the guitars I put in this, but we've managed to get an identity beforehand that worked."
Right.
And then all the other stuff where he just put in Easter eggs. Like if you look at it was like some sort of wave graph visually for the sound where he slipped in pentagrams and 666 on it going, no one's going to find this. And then it got found within like a day of that game being out.
Yeah, no, if you stick it in a spectral analysis thing, it'll show you that clear as day, which is fucking dope.
Yeah, and then he said, well, I didn't tell anyone I put this in here, but I did. And then he put in like creepy voices that if you play them backwards, they just say Jesus loves you.
Yeah. No, it's really good.
Yeah, I recommend that GDC panel. If people haven't seen that, it's really, really interesting.
Oh yeah. No, it's a really good panel. I think they have a couple good ones for Doom, but yeah, that one's worth watching. So here's
he got worried like 2 separate times going, did I blow out their speakers? I put them through a lot.
So here's my number one problem playing Doom 2016.
What's that?
I keep thinking to John Carmack publicly apologizing to somebody who worked on the Doom before that. I keep thinking about that moment. He publicly apologized on Twitter to one of the id employees for what they went through trying to make the Doom that was in development before 2016 because it was that bad. Because if you recall, they were working on a Doom when Carmack was still there, and it got completely fucking canned. So it was years of work, and they just threw it all away. Yeah, and I just keep thinking about that. Anyway, so I'm going to be playing more of that soon now that this GigaBoots living room has been completely rearranged to allow for better camera angles and more floor space for DDR and shit.
Ooh.
Yes.
Time for squats.
Yes, also that. Like, I may have to buy a different yoga mat that is more suited to the shape, because originally the first one I got for Ring Fit was a compromise because the coffee table was in the fucking way. Now I can get one that's less a narrow but long one and more of a square, which is kind of what you want in a way. But anyway, KZ, what you been playing over the last week?
I haven't been playing too much. I was prepping some stuff for an upcoming LP, but since I haven't played much, I don't feel like diving in too deep until maybe next big thing.
Okay.
And the rest has just been more Remind Kingdom Hearts boss stuff. So that's pretty much it for my week.
Okay. Feel, what you been up to?
I played Horizon Zero Dawn, as in all of it.
You got through all of it?
Nice.
Yeah. I just popped a hole in the bottom of the can and shotgun that shit.
Here's massive open world game. I'm done.
Playing that game was hilarious because it's like Days Gone wanted to be this so bad.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. It's like Horizon but boring.
It is Horizon, but bad. Your melee attacks feel exactly the same. There is so much that is the same. Crafting, it functions exactly the same. Clear out these bandit camps feels exactly the same. You can take over an enemy to fight other enemies and it gets a huge health boost. Happens exactly the same in both games. You have a crossbow with tripwires. Exactly the same in both games. It is hysterical. It's just let's copy. I genuinely wonder if this game was like had no progress made on it until Horizon Zero Dawn came out, and then they're like, copy it as fast as you can, as hard as you can.
But all that stuff you described in Horizon is neat.
Because the map progression is even the same, where the first area is all forests, and then you go to like the southwest looking area. Oh, it's super funny. I like that game. I think I would like them to either shit or get off the pot in terms of RPG mechanics, because it's weird that they structured it so much like an RPG, and then your skill tree is kind of bad, and then you didn't give NPCs names. Which isn't a huge problem, but it's weird that it's like, guys, you have like 40 merchants across the entire game. Have an intern come up with names for them. It's weird to walk up to a guy that just says merchant above his head. Just like, come up with anything. Name him Dick Balls. I don't care. Just give him a name. Some of the things, I feel like the sequel will probably be fantastic because they got a lot of stuff right. It just needs more enemies that are fun to fight, because I would say only a couple are actually engaging to fight. It also disappointed me that the final boss was something you fought 3 times before, but now it has more health and throws guys at you. That's never fun.
Yeah, no.
I think a sequel... I also thought the story was kind of whatever, but all the backstory stuff you learned was really interesting. I really liked the lead up to you finding out the circumstances of the apocalypse that happened. Was all really interesting. And kind of in places genuinely uncomfortable when you have to hear these people talk about it.
Those areas that you explore, the optional parts that show more of the tech, I think are really cool.
Yeah.
Because they have little high-tech dungeon things you go into.
Yeah, they have little dungeons that you do that let you, when you finish them, they let you hack more units. And by the end of the game, you can hack the biggest, most badass things in the game, and it's like, Jesus, this is just a sweep.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do the DLC, though, because I got gifted the, the complete package, whatever, the Super Deluxe Edition, because it was like $10 at Christmas, and somebody was just like, here. I didn't do the DLC. I'm not sure if I will do the DLC because I was pretty satisfied. And the DLC is like side story. I'm like, well,
yeah,
I don't know if I need that.
Side story, a lot of snow.
Yeah.
When that expansion for Days Gone could come out.
It's very strange that this game starts almost identically to God of War 2018. Except you're playing as the kid instead of the father. And it's so similar, I wonder if there isn't some weird czar of games at Sony that is like pushing these games that have similar things in them, because it was very strange how similar it was. Like, it's
what is it? Is it like the weird Ubisoft council that are like, they must all be like this?
Because it's you walking through the snowy forest with your dad, and he's like, "Come, I will teach you to hunt." And he even kind of looks like Kratos. And it's like, that's weird. These were only a year apart, so obviously there wasn't any copying going on. But yeah, if they make a sequel, just have more monsters that are fun to fight. Give the NPCs names, that would help a lot. And make my melee attacks better, because they suck, and there's a whole skill tree for them, and if you do the skill tree, they're still bad. So I don't know why the skill tree is even there. Also, fix your fucking weapon system. because there's 7 weapons, but you can only have 4 equipped at a time. And their differences are what ammos they can use. Like you have 2 kinds of sling, one that shoots explosive containers and one that shoots status effect containers. And I don't know why there isn't just as like, even at the end game, there isn't just it has all the ammo types one, but you can switch in the middle of combat if you go into the menu and switch, so it serves no actual purpose. You don't have to make a decision, you just have to go into the menu.
Huh.
And I think rather than making me go into the menu for that, they just give me all of them. Like your only impedance to me doing this is going into the menu. So all you did was break up the flow of your game a little bit, which is a really minor issue, but in the sequel, I'd like for them to just give me all their weapons.
Does it have like a radial menu you switch on the fly, ammo types or something?
It has a radial menu. It would make it a little bit tight, but I don't think. But they could also be like, pull up the radial menu and hit the other shoulder button, and you switch to the second radial menu. Like the Ratchet and Clank games did that.
Right.
So that's hardly a big blockage.
Look, Insomniac has a lot of experience with radial menus. Not a lot of developers know what radial menus are, but Insomniac.
Mm-hmm.
Capcom was inspired by Ratchet and Clank when they were updating DMC3.
That's right.
It makes sense that why Kojima picked this for Death Stranding, because I climbed on top of something and saw there are Ubisoft towers in this, but there's only like 5 in the entire game, and
They're funny.
They're puzzles because they're like giant robots with super long necks and big discs for heads, and you have to find a place where you can reach its back and then climb up its back. I could see one of those from like halfway across the entire map.
I'm sitting there like I feel like in early Assassin's Creed like 1, some of those actually did feel like puzzles to get up to.
Yes.
And that was neat. And then that was never again.
And then Breath of the Wild kind of tried a little bit with that, where that had a couple of towers that were like, hey, this one's, you can't just walk up to it because it's surrounded by tar, or
yeah, no, they were good about doing that too.
Yeah, this one's in a big hole, so you have to like come in from the air.
And Shadow of the Colossus.
But I had my favorite enemies are the T-Rexes that have 2 giant cannons on their back, because you can shoot the cannons with your sonic blast arrows and blow the cannons off their back, then tie the T-Rex down with rope arrows, pick up its shoulder cannon and own them with their own cannon.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of fun. I hope in the sequel there's more fights like that. Okay, I'm done. I don't want to get one of those field talks about a game for 45 minutes things going. At least not for a game that's 3 years old.
Yeah, that's where it really hit its fever pitch.
You know what got really good 15 hours in?
What got really good?
The Pod Lord segment.
Man, if we ever hit a Pod Lord segment that long, I'll just end my life on twitch.tv/GigaBoots.
I don't know. Then we have a lot of Pod Lord. That'd be a lot of money.
Easy for you to say. You're not reading names for 15 hours.
That's true.
Let's see. At a rate of 6 per minute, that would be...
I'd like to thank the Podlords that this segment will not be 15 hours, but it will include names like Danny Richardson, D. Lee Broyles, Texas Man, Join Smash, Corey Brown, Dank, Mormons, Red Blaze 27, Keyblade Master Jucifer, Suzu Shiro, Emperor Zero, Mitzi. Monokuma's floor clip would record any % run. World record. Wood. I wrote wood. Or I read wood. Oh, god damn it. There's no point in retaking it. KZ won't use the retake. Anyway, Dan's Burning Man Crush on Milo Pokemon. I don't know about burning, maybe sous vide. A totally legit Smash Ultimate leak.
Oh no.
Lady Popcorn. Hey guys, I made some chicken dumpling soup. Would you like some?
Yes, please.
Is it better than Po Folks? You got to come to Niceville. Try the Po Folks. Let us know if it's better than the Po Folks.
Delivery only to
Niceville.
Niceville.
Now, mind you, Po Folks isn't good. If it's only as good as Po Folks,
It is, in
don't
fact,
even worry about it.
just bad. The only actual unironic Taco Bell triple-double crunch wrap stand.
Oh,
That's not true. I'm also one. Unless it.
yes!
It's a lot to deal with.
I was so afraid it was gonna be Feel.
Yeah, I also kind of expected that.
That cheesy feline bastard, mozzarella. 101 Shades of Wonderful Remastered. WTF, Spider-Man. Mr. I Like Bacon. And
So do I.
Renegade. Thank you very much to our podlords.
Thanks, Podlords.
Thank you.
Thank you, Podlords. And if the Podlord segment was 15 hours long, we'd be making $2.7 million a month.
Yeah, foolish of you to assume that I
Just
would
enough
read.
for the Fairy Tale podcast.
It's foolish of you to assume that I would read 15 hours without raising the price. 15 fucking hours. Thank you very much to our Podlord. Thank you, Podlord.
Thank you, Podlords.
It's like the Easy Allies podcast that has to do that same shit at the end of every podcast, and it's like 15 minutes of just reading.
I referenced somber tapestries around aggro, and he did not know what I meant. And I was like, that's right. You're not damaged.
Yeah, you don't know about an atmospheric horror venture by Ebb Software.
Tragic.
They've stopped doing that for 2 years, but I'm still damaged.
I know, it's so funny. It was a year straight, man.
Yes. Every episode.
It was a lot to deal with. And
It's a good marketing campaign
it's
out of here.
changed us as people.
It's
yeah,
like hearing
it was
Raid Shadow Legends every week for 3 years.
but funny and great because it's Brendan Jones. You know? But hey, Bob.
Hey, what's up?
We got some news to talk about. Let's start off with the most important thing people want us all to talk about. The Wonderful 101 remaster and Kickstarter.
Okay, sure. Yeah, there's a lot of Platinum news I have here. So Platinum started their own Kickstarter for Wonderful 101. It already went past 1 million. It's definitely getting made. It's getting ported to PS4, PC, and Switch.
So the Switch version probably existed already, since they say it's coming out next month.
Yeah, it had a goal of 49,337 according to their site now.
Mm-hmm.
They have made so far 1.4 million. They're about to hit their next stretch goal, which is a 2D side-scrolling adventure starring young hero Luca, which I can only assume is an Inti Creates game.
Yeah, I was going to say, if this shit isn't Inti Creates, I will fucking eat crow because motherfuckers, Ben Judd was involved with this. You bet your ass that it was fucking Inti.
I hope it's not, but it might be. Who knows?
I'm not going to
like
play
proud.
it no matter what, so it doesn't matter.
I read an interview that Kamiya did like months ago.
Yeah, with
Gamatsu.
Gamatsu. Yeah.
I feel like it's probably filled with stuff that's not quite true because it was from months ago. Because he's in that he's like all the DLC that gets funded by the Kickstarter, or there won't be any DLC. It'll all be on the disc when it comes out. But on the Kickstarter, they literally say, "Yeah, all the game's going to be there wholly, and all this DLC stuff that we're getting through goals is going to be downloaded later."
Kamiya's like, here are my thoughts. And
'cause
then
the
Ben
ports are
Judd's
done.
company, like Dongan, is just like, let me tell you how Kickstarters work.
Right? There's
because they said the ports are done, and that if this gets funded, which it did, they're coming out in April, and it's already been rated by like Australia.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a really bizarre thing of like, if Wonderful 101 wasn't literally the biggest bomb Platinum has ever put out.
Yeah, I totally get why they did it. Like, I tweeted about this when the day it happened of like, I understand it's the worst selling game they've ever done. They need to actually prove there's any sense of, or like even releasing it. Like, even justifying doing a release, losing money doing that after you've made a game.
And let's entertain the alternatives. Like, what are the other worst selling games? That Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game they made at the end that was a total fucking bust? Like, remember
Yeah.
that was the last
Yeah.
of their tie-in games, and it was just nightmarishly bad.
Right.
Like
It was like, this one runs at 30. What?
this one runs at 30, has bad combat rooms, is overall structured like a fucking chore instead of a video game.
That weird DS roguelike that they never made anything remotely similar to ever again.
Wow.
Infinite Space?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
Infinite
that's the name.
Space.
Yeah, I have that. I haven't played it yet. I didn't even know it was a roguelike.
Now, this game didn't do very well when it first came out. In Japan, its first week, it sold 5,258 copies.
Yeah, it did not sell very well.
And now the backers here are over 4 times that amount.
Yeah, so I feel like this makes a lot of sense.
It didn't help that Nintendo of America went, we don't know how to market your game, so we just won't.
I mean, they brought it out to E3, but yeah, when it came to the release time, they really didn't do much.
And this seems like an easy thing of just, look, show action cutscenes. It's superheroes. There.
And then the name isn't great either. Like, Wonderful 101 doesn't, like, tell a
It's
customer what it
alliteration.
is.
Alliteration is a good title.
And then there's the other stigma that the states have of collections of bad games having like 100 something in the title. Like there's
I
Game
never
Party
thought of
Pack
that.
100.
This is Nintendo's first party 100 card games.
Yes. That's how I literally
I
had
cannot
people
believe you
think.
made this connection.
Yeah, no, I didn't either until Bob told me. People literally thought this, and I almost died.
And looking at the cover, yeah, I guess you wouldn't really know any better. Who knows? Maybe each of those characters on the cover has a different game in there.
Yeah, I feel like the game doesn't have an obvious angle. Like, if you look at the box art, it could be anything. And
Fisting.
gameplay-wise, it is pretty weird.
Yeah.
And it kind of runs rough, and
Yeah,
critics
it
didn't love it. So
I don't know why they. Well, of course, critics didn't love it. Critics. The last
I don't
level.
love it
I don't know why they. I don't know why they just made. We're just gonna make our last level have twice as many characters, so it just runs at 20 frames a second the entire final fight.
wow.
Because it's raw.
I mean, I couldn't even get through the
It
first
was
level without
raw.
it dropping a shitload.
Yeah,
So-
this
it was
game
raw.
does not run great.
But yeah, that's why I'm excited for it to escape the Wii U and go to PS4 and PC eventually, because oh my god, the Switch isn't going to lock 60 either.
Yeah, they say they're targeting 60 1080p.
Well,
but-
good for them. It's
but
good
yeah.
to have
Not
goals.
on the fucking Switch.
No, they said that about the Switch.
Yeah, it's good. It's like when I say by the end of the year I'll be able to bench press 450. It's not happening, but I can work towards it.
See,
But yeah, then there's the looking at gameplay of the game. It doesn't look like an action game, and that kind of plays like one. So it has a weird view, almost like a turn-based strat or like a strategy game of some sort. And it's super hard to like sell this to somebody.
It's like what if Pikmin was Devil May Cry?
What if the main way of interacting was that the drawing is actually terrible, and you should use the analog stick?
Pikmin as Devil May Cry was a launch title for the fucking Vita. I played that game and enjoyed it. That game probably sold better than Wonderful 101.
Probably.
I'm trying to look up the name because I forgot the name. Army Corps of Hell. What a great name.
They'll include like a radial menu, because I could see them doing that for everything but the hardest difficulty.
I would love if they did
Whole
that,
gimmick is revolved around the drawing.
because it feels so bad. Like I would so many times in that game draw what I saw is a perfect circle. It'd give me 3 different things every time I drew it.
And everyone's seen how Bob draws in Armchair Devs, so obviously you can trust this man. He draws good circles.
Perfect shapes.
I
Always.
eventually had to find a guide where it's like, do them as these fighting game motions and you will always get them. And I'm like, okay, that helped.
If that was in the game, if they told me that, that'd be great.
Yeah, I
Because doing
mean,
fighting game motion to do something, I'm fine with.
yeah.
But instead, it's like, draw this thing. And it's like, I did. What do you mean you want it? The circle was a stick on the end. How is that different from this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'm hopefully they tightened that up. If they're like injecting new modes into it, I assume they did some kind of once over to it.
they hit a stretch goal at 1 million of a time attack mode, so that's going to end up happening.
I that feels like filler because it's like it already grades you on time. What are you doing?
I don't know. Maybe I'll just cut out all the cutscenes that you have buttons during. I don't know.
Maybe it's for like specific missions, and you can maybe like jump to them. So you like want to do a specific slice of gameplay instead of like going through because those things is like a large mission that has all the little mini fights that you go through. Maybe you can like go even more specific when you want to go back.
Yeah, maybe it just lets
like
you have leaderboards for each mission or something like that.
Yeah, I imagine like the drawing and stuff will be better with this port because they get to go back and adjust things and also go, we potentially want to put this on consoles that are not going to have the drawing at all because the Switch is going to. Like they said that will be an option. I just think it's funny that even the director says, yeah, I prefer using the control stick.
Yeah, and he said that since the game launched. That's not something new.
Yeah,
I know. There was just so much of the usage of the Wii U gamepad in that just makes me think that like this was a show what the Wii U can do. Put tons of puzzles that use the touchpad in it.
That stuff with the Forced, you need to look down at the Fisher Price screen and then up back at the TV to do the thing. It's stuff like that kind of turned me off from the game entirely.
I felt like that was really part of its identity. Like that felt very core to it to me.
No,
it's not good. That's what
it's not even very much of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I'm giving it another shot because I backed it because one, I checked and I was like, oh, this will actually be cheaper than buying it when it's out by like a couple of dollars. And I was like, fuck it, why not? I'll give it to you because I thought the Kickstarter was, at the time, before they formally announced it, I was like, if these motherfuckers are asking $500,000 for the Wonderful 101, I'm a pass out.
I was scared that this was going to be something really unreasonable.
But then it was $50K. I'm
still
like,
not the
fuck it.
biggest
All right,
fan of this, but whatever.
I'm like, that works. That's fine.
I mean, I backed it too. I want to try it again. I'm hoping they do improve the UI and all that.
Yeah, and I'll probably get the PS4 one and do that because fuck the Switch.
yeah, basically.
I don't trust them to make that
my
work.
favorite PlayStation game, the Wonderful 101.
I don't trust it. I don't trust them to make a good PC port, and I don't trust it to run right on the Switch. So it's going to have to be PS4.
That didn't even occur to me. Yeah, that's kind of a safe bet.
So Bob backed it at what level, Bob?
I just went for the physical copy of the game.
KZ?
I did the lowest one, which is just digital, which ended up being like $37, something like that.
I think mine ended up being like 46.
Teal, did you back it?
Yes, I backed it for the lowest physical tier. If I had $1,000, I'd back it for the tier that gets you the mask, but I don't have that much money.
The jacket was the only thing I even considered for a second. It's a cool jacket.
Oh, but
I don't like this
KZ,
game.
did you see what the final goal for their
yes.
social media missions are?
Yeah, their final goal is Kamiya unblocks everyone, but only the people that pledge, not everyone he's ever blocked ever. They had to put out a Kickstarter update specifically to let you know it's not every person he's ever blocked.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
So Kamiya, we're gonna do this. No. How about all the people who give us money? Yes.
He gives the thumbs up.
Yes. But yeah, how much was the jacket? Was it like $7,000?
I think that was 1,500.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the jacket on this page.
It's sold out.
The lowest.
Oh yeah. There we go.
The lowest jacket tier is $1,600.
Yeah. Yeah, it says it's about $1,500. Yeah, that jacket's really good. It's not worth. I feel like wearing a $1,500 jacket just makes you a mark.
Just go on to Etsy in like 2 months.
But yeah, the only things to cover detail-wise from this, other than like our thoughts on the idea of the campaign, is the fact that Dongan Entertainment's involved, and people have been like, technically Ben Judd's still the CEO because they haven't officially notified the Japanese government that he's not, which you have to do as a corporation in Japan within a certain amount of time. Otherwise, it's illegal.
How involved are they? Because I saw a lot of murky stuff with it where they're not listed at all here, but they emailed people about it. But then Platinum said the only people that are doing this shit and making this game are the people we listed on the Kickstarter.
So people are fucking brain dead. Let me explain what they do at Dungan, because it's the same shit Ben Judd did before that. He's just a person who connects companies and takes a cut. He connected Platinum to the people who are making the port, which I believe was Nighthawk Interactive, if I'm not mistaken. They're the ones porting it. They help them organize the Kickstarter. They help them do the promotional material. They don't develop games. They're just money people. They just connect people and take a cut.
I saw so many people saying, I'm worried that Dongan is publishing this game.
There's no way that's happening.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about them aside from what came out during that episode of Big Think when we talked about Ben Judd.
Yeah. It totally sucks that that person's game is still owned by them, considering they said they would give back the rights to that game and the profits to the original dude. But I think that's, for me as a person, a completely different issue to consider. Like, that is a different vector of this company than this specific project. I'm not a huge fan of crusades that hurt people who aren't necessarily the wrongdoers. So I don't have anything wrong with this project. I'd be backing it myself. Problem, I don't like Wonderful 101. Maybe I will when they revise the controls a little bit and put it on a console where it can run smoothly, but I doubt it. So I'm looking forward to the re-release. Bob, you have Platinum 4 news?
Yes, the Platinum 4. They announced this the day before the Kickstarter.
Guys, we're going to get into some gamer premonitions. Bob, tell them what this is.
This was a site where we had 4 different reveals that they announced. So the first one was the Kickstarter. And now we have 3 more question marks. They're basically alluded to being their self-published things going forward. So we have these 3 more announcements. We have no idea when they're going to be announced, but that website's there and it's teasing us.
Okay, so we need to start making guesses. I'll go first.
Okay.
One of the 3 question marks is a port of Astral Chain, because Nintendo just signed a bunch of timed exclusivity deals last year just to fill out their portfolio because they didn't have enough games shipping. That's why Daemon X Machina, which we'll talk about in a bit, is coming out on PC soon. I feel like Platinum signed the same deal for Astral Chain. That game was not originally designed for Switch. That's why it runs like ass.
That'd be neat.
That is my one guess.
I'd like to see that. I thought you had another guess earlier.
I did, but I've forgotten it, so I'm going to let other people talk, because someone certainly has.
I can tell you what yours was.
Okay.
Metal Gear Rising 2.
Oh, yeah, Metal Gear Rising 2. Reason, Konami's doing Silent Hill stuff again. Kojima's not there. This seems like the smartest thing, because you don't have to worry about whether or not it's perfectly on tone for Metal Gear, because people still just view it as a spin-off. But it's a good spin-off. So it makes sense from a lot of angles for Konami to do that.
Be really amazing.
And then put the old one on the current generation of consoles, please. Because the PC version's better than the console versions, because it has boss select and the console versions don't have that.
God.
Yeah. The PC
like
port
the
was
one
pretty
thing
nice.
you would want.
Yeah, I would really like to see a port of Metal Gear Rising to the PS4. That would be great. I feel like if that was one of those question marks, that would be a good deal. I think the last question mark has to be an original IP owned wholly by Platinum, because this is a part of their 4-step program to be self-published, etc., etc. Oh, and it's going to run on Unreal Engine 4. Okay, so Bob, did you have any specific ones that weren't just brought up?
Right, we went over a good number of them. I think Bayonetta 3 could well be here and be like an announcement of, we're actually publishing this ourselves now, so it can be ambitious. Like, that's the only way
wrestled this away from Nintendo and Sega.
It's the funniest shit in the world, because that means Sega had it and they went, Nintendo, you can have it. And then Nintendo had it and announced it 2 years ago and then just went, never mind.
It's like the Mario Party minigame where it's the bomb and you got to throw it to the other players. And it's just this fucking game.
That's possible, because if you remember, Platinum did this before. In 2008, they had the Platinum 3, which was Mad World, Infinite Space, and Bayonetta.
Huh.
So Bayonetta 3 being one would make sense.
But yeah, I'd really like to see them do that because like Bayonetta's whole concept needs a big budget and a strong machine.
Wait, guys, I've got it. Wonderful 101 is the first one. Astral Chain 2 is the second one.
Astral Chain 2?
Bayonetta 3 is the third one. And Metal Gear Solid 4 2 is the fourth one.
Oh my god!
Oh, man. That would be a nightmare. Does anyone have any guesses that weren't just discussed?
If we're guessing just the remaining three,
Yeah.
I think one of them will be a port of Mad World.
Wow.
Could you imagine the first one's Wonderful 101 and the second one's Mad World?
That would be really
It's
sad.
like this one we can self-publish. This one it's
I
no
like
problem.
Mad World. Mad World's cool. I mean, I'd like it, but there's more hype things there could be.
I'd prefer Anarchy Reigns.
If I were to rank Platinum's original games, like ignoring their brand deals, right? I kind of put Mad World on the lower end. Like, I like it less than...
I was just looking at what their slate is here of games that they've made, and I went, well, I don't know what Infinite Space is.
I don't think
I do know what Mad World is.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's fighting for the rights to Mad World, so I think you're onto something.
And I thought that was an easy one, and I think it might just be incredibly boring, where the other two are just Babylon's Fall and Bayonetta 3.
I feel like Babylon's Fall won't be there just because it's published by Square and they've recently talked about it.
I do not think Babylon's Fall will be there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Bob
they would have held back till now.
I was assuming this stuff was either announcements of new games or ports, and Bob's like, what if they release a video for another game they have in development and it counts as one of these four, and I just lost it.
Yeah, no, I consider it.
Fine, replace Babylon's Fall with Scalebound 2.
Who?
Yes.
Man,
Well, they can't wrestle out the rights of Scalebound 1. They already said that earlier this week.
Yes, that you figured
What?
out why I said 2.
Yes.
Yeah, Microsoft's never going to let that shit go. They're never ever going to do anything with it, but they're going to sit on it forever.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Man, that company's making good choices while they're competing with two spectral ghosts they see when they smoke Datura.
They're busy working on exclusives that aren't coming out.
We'll get to them.
Yeah, but I have something else to consider. It was this Platinum stuff.
Okay.
Platinum also announced they're attending Wonderfest this year,
Yes.
a Japanese toy convention.
Okay.
They have a set of figures called the Future Heroes. They explicitly say that these are characters that aren't in games yet, but may be in games in the future.
Wonderful 202.
One of them is Platinum Man, which is a figure a character they made up for a trailer that was fake last year, where it was their president in a robot suit.
What?
I'm scrolling down and looking for it. Oh my god!
What in the world?
He had a rocket jet in his butt.
Oh my god! Look at this dude!
Yeah, he looks raw.
Dude, this is just like Pepsi Man, but raw.
So I think there's a lot of potential here. These things are probably really far out. I doubt we'll see an announcement in this 4 of these characters, but who knows?
I feel like you lined that up exactly like that. They announced that it's in development.
Yeah, I feel like the top one here could easily be a Bayonetta.
I'm going to be fucking honest. They do really cool designs over at Platinum. This is why I constantly argue for them to just change engines.
Yeah.
Because...
Yes, please.
Because I just want their games to run well, and I want development to seem less troubled. And God knows, using it.
Yeah, I feel like every Platinum game has felt like it had a trouble.
Square's like, we'll contract out Luminous. Do you want it? Sure.
Oh no!
Did Square
rubbing
Enix,
my hands together
did
like
Square Enix put out
I
a
will
trail
do
of jelly beans through the forest to lead them to that engine?
yes.
I'm kind of glad.
Camille was hungry.
Hideki Kamiya is like, wow, there's an entire American supermarket under that box held up by a stick.
Astral Chain 2 is gonna look really good.
I feel kind of bad, but I'm like, I like all these designs more than any of the enemy designs in Bayonetta 2. I'm kind of glad that guy no longer works at the company.
I mean, that's kind of like I didn't really love any of the enemy designs in 2 all that much. I really love all of these.
Yeah, no,
these look really cool.
Yeah, especially the Kai, who's like a garbage man, apparently.
He reminds me some of the shit from Astral Chain, to be honest.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of that in Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah, he looks like a mix of those two, which I love the art style of both of those. So that works great for me. Platinum Man needs to be in some Vanquish-esque brawler. He looks so cool.
Yeah, he looked like
too,
Vanquish Man to me.
Anarchy reigns forever.
Yes, Anarchy reigns forever, starring Platinum Man. I'm waiting.
We're very excited to be able to deliver this exclusive scoop, everyone. Platinum reigns forever.
Platinum Man
reigns.
will be unveiled in a brand new game. It'll be a mobile game. It'll be an endless runner, taking all the skills they made from that Legend of Korra game to the test.
Mm-hmm.
Where Platinum Man will run, just like Pepsi Man would run.
He does. He does have a Pepsi Man energy.
Katie, this entire thing we've been talking about this whole week, I haven't even thought once about the mobile game they showed off over a year ago and haven't released.
I mean,
oh no, that's never happening. That's absolutely never happening. It was tied to Cygames, and Cygames bounced them. That thing's dead.
That was Cygames? I didn't even know.
Yeah, I forgot that was Cygames. Yeah.
Oh no.
It's either dead or they're off that too.
Jesus Christ. Anarchy reigns forever. PS5 exclusive.
So here's mine. Since
Luminous Engine.
Bob got his out.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of these will be a game like Okami, and that Smith character, the Smith Reaper, will be in it. It'll be like an Okami-styled sort of Zelda-like game, and that'll be a character in it. One will be a game set in the Mad World / Anarchy Reigns universe that is a blatant ripoff of God Hand.
Yeah, that would be a best-case scenario for me.
That would be amazing.
Oh, God.
Maybe it stars Blacker Baron. That would be my ideal situation.
I was thinking that, but I was like, no way. That guy is too up the hinge for a full game starring him.
They're like, we're tired of Suda51 having the most ridiculous protagonist.
And my last one is that they'll repurpose the stuff they figured out for Scalebound before that got canceled into a new game, and it will be the spiritual successor to Phoenix Man, the Capcom 5 game that was canceled.
Wasn't that thing just called Phoenix?
Dead Phoenix. It was called Dead Phoenix.
Dead Phoenix. There we go. I actually was very upset that got canceled. I loved Capcom a lot back then. So that Capcom set of games really excited me.
And in a perfect world, Vanquish 2 would be on here, but I don't think we're in that perfect world.
I'm staring straight at Platinum Man. That motherfucker looks like
I can hope. I'll scream, please. Vanquish is so good. Give me another one.
It's great. We're gonna have a shot of a giant spaceship collide into a fucking city and all this tragedy and shit. It's gonna cut to a nearby cliff with Platinum Man on it. His faceplate's gonna open. It's the dude from Vanquish, and he goes, "What the fuck, man?"
Okay, Hillary Clinton kills herself in Vanquish 1.
Spoilers.
Joe Biden has to kill himself in Vanquish 2.
Oh my God.
KZ, that's not even a joke. That's what happens in Vanquish.
What?
Yeah,
no, never mind.
yes,
I don't
Vanquish
move on.
Vanquish is a great game.
You should play it, KZ. It's like 5 hours long. It's a real quick move.
Yeah, I assumed it's a Platinum game.
That remaster's coming out really soon.
Yeah, no, that's going to be amazing.
It is.
Any excuse to play through that game again is always good.
Yes.
I should play it on PC. I own it. I just never actually sat down. I'm like, I'm gonna play Vanquish again. I don't know why. I have a lunch break every day.
I spent about I played through about half of it when the PC version came out, and then there were just like various I sure do love PC gaming moments that just made me go, no, I'm good. For example, on Doom 2016, at one point it just started having a consistent screen tear until the level ended. Just right in the middle of the fucking screen, and I'm like, God damn it, come on.
Demonic invasion in process.
Yes.
I can't actually find the source for it anymore. I saw it earlier in Reddit, but I forgot where it was. But apparently one of the reasons Doom Eternal is just dropping mega textures is they want to be able to have mod support. So mod support for Doom Eternal is a thing they want to do. So hopefully we'll start getting the return of WADs.
Ooh. I mean, that would be cool. 1, 2, even they admitted that a weakness of their engine is that the textures weren't high enough fidelity. Like, and they're totally right on that. Mega texturing looked fucking incredible during the PS3 generation, but Doom 2016's textures are kind of the lowest point of it visually.
Everything they talk about in regards to Doom Eternal in terms of this is what we're doing sounds really good. Because they just always have the director come out and talk about it.
And he's like, hey.
Someone messaged him saying, hey, we saw you have cosmetics and other stuff. If they're going to be microtransactions. And his response was, no, this isn't a mobile game and you're paying $60 for this.
They get the director out and he just goes, hey, you like RoboCop? RoboCop's a great movie. Let's talk about RoboCop.
I liked his podcast he did with No Clip where that just was a part of it where he's just like, hey, I like these, I think it was like these Sylvester Stallone movies, and then he just went full boomer for like 5 minutes.
No, I love that man. That man's great. That man having an appreciation for good American art is why the intro to Doom 2016 is the strongest intro in all of video games.
He's like, I like this new glory kill we got where we rip her bone out. It's really good.
You think that after
Hugo, please.
You think after he said that thing about Doom Eternal, someone from Bethesda like pulled him aside and is like, listen, here's how we work at Bethesda, and he just walked off before they could finish?
Yes. Bethesda's Samuel Hayden, and he's just Doom guy.
No, I'm imagining Samuel Hayden, but it's Todd Howard.
Okay, here's what would make me vote hands down for Bethesda having the worst conference. The next Bethesda E3 event begins with, we assure you everything in Fallout 76 was in the interest of players.
That'd be the most bold-faced lie ever.
I'm like,
that's
God.
almost what they did.
I know. And we've had people literally come on stage just lie to us straight-faced.
But they would be dragging Samuel Hayden straight through it, and that's not okay. God. Anyway, we got to move.
Yes.
We've been kind of just hanging out here for a bit. I want to talk about the thing I alluded to a second ago.
Go for it, Dan.
Daemon X Machina. That's coming to Steam. It supports up to 200 frames per second in 4K.
Very exciting.
It is on discount for now.
High frame rate Renton Thurston from Eureka 7. Here we go.
I am so excited. I'm buying it day one.
I'm hoping those crossover deals are still in.
Yeah, we don't know yet, but Jesus
Witcher man.
fucking Christ.
Someone will rip them out of the Switch version. You'll be able to mod them in 2 seconds anyway.
That'd be great. I'm very excited for that because, of course, that game is a mech game and it has 4-player co-op. And God,
the worst aspect of that was the platform it was on.
Yes, and now
that
it's
shit
free.
ain't working with on the Switch.
Yeah, no, just go look at the Steam trailer for it. It looks unbelievably smooth. Oh, how exciting!
Yeah,
as a long-term hardcore Armored Core fan, it makes me so happy to see Daemon X Machina escape the Switch.
Oh my God. The first 2 seconds are just a mech falling at 60 frames a second. It's really good.
Yeah, no, it's so fucking smooth. Also, if anyone in the comments is like, Dan makes fun of FromSoft all the time, how is he an Armored Core fan? And I'm like, because in that, there was a narrative excuse for them to control like mechs! But yeah, it's $12 off. You know, buy it.
Good.
Yeah, I already bought it once. I'll buy it again.
Yeah, no, I'm about to just buy this, like buy a couple copies to throw at people and be like, we're doing a LAN.
I mean, this thing...
Yeah, I didn't buy it, so I'll buy it this time, maybe.
It makes last year for the Switch even more of a wash.
So what you're saying is if they announce an Astral Chain port that runs at 60 frames per second, then it is even more of a wash?
Yes.
We also rewrote the story.
We also got Fire Emblem somehow. I don't know.
In this port,
It'd be really funny if it's just like, it also has 8 months more of polish.
In the Steam port of Astral Chain, please enjoy the second quest mode where none of that shit happened and there was an original story.
You wake up from the dream and you actually have a game.
Turns out you were binging Ava, JoJo's, and some other shit and passed out.
A couple Quaaludes.
I mean, to be fair, if the second quest mode for Astral Chain is just like those Ava mangas they did,
oh, that would be good.
you just wake up and, oh, Lappy's your school friend, and I would lose it. Oh, man. Okay, we got to keep moving, though. Bob, what else you got for me?
The Neo 2 director, Fumihiko Yasuda, says, the core members from the Neo team worked on Ninja Gaiden. They want to make a new Ninja Gaiden. They know fans want a new Ninja Gaiden. But they have nothing to announce right now, but in the future they hope to say something.
Well, that's good.
So I'm hyped.
I hope it's the first good one.
There's a lot of great things about Ninja Gaiden 1.
Yeah, I
there are
I know
two
nothing
other
about
games.
Ninja Gaiden, so I don't know if that's a bad statement.
And Ninja Gaiden has some serious problems. I'd love to see them come back to the series after having all this experience with Neo. And make something really good.
Ninja Gaiden parallels Dead or Alive in a lot of ways, where early on it was such a svelte and polished experience compared to a lot of contemporaries in the same genre. You know, 3D fighting, Dead or Alive 2 was unbelievably smooth compared to many games.
Yeah, no, and the transition between areas was insane at the time.
Absolutely mind-blowing. And Ninja Gaiden also was an incredibly smooth action game. And then the problem becomes that they didn't have any ways to evolve that and make it polished and have a good story and not add terrible gimmicks. I mean, the gimmick for the second one is you can sever off limbs.
Yeah, no, like...
Raw.
Itagaki really went crazy with the second one and made it bad in a lot of ways doing it.
Yeah.
Then they tried to patch it up a little bit, but just you can't fix it when it's that far gone.
Yeah.
And then the series kind of just was latched onto that awful mechanic of the limb severing.
It's also... First of all, it came out a year before DMC3, which I think really boosted that game a lot. I don't think it would have been nearly as well received in a post DMC3 world.
I think there's... I think it would have, because Ninja Gaiden Black is still considered like an absolutely great game.
Yeah, it's a very different feel.
That's the one to go to, and it is a very different feel. It's important to also note that it was an Xbox exclusive, and it really pushed the visuals of that platform. So in a lot of ways, Ninja Gaiden 1 looks
really good.
It really did. It looked absolutely incredible.
You can play the 4K version on the X now, and it still looks really nice.
It's true. It's kind of nuts.
Except when you go to the underground areas.
I'm looking forward to the Xbox Series X playing the original Ninja Gaiden in 8K.
Ooh.
I kind of hope that the series will be able to have more of an identity now that Oatmeal Cookie is out of the director's seat.
Stop calling him Oatmeal Cookie.
Because I feel like a big problem with the original was just how the setting of the game was whatever he thought was cool at that second. Like you go to you go to a fascist German looking modern city, and then you go into an Egyptian tomb that's under that city.
For some reason, the fourth game takes place in Universal Park. Which is
Universal Studios Islands of Adventure.
Yes, the fourth one takes place in Islands of Adventure.
Good.
And then
you must fight the twin dragons. The dueling
the second game, you have a level on the Statue of Liberty and then get on the giant plane owned by the evil ninjas, and they have a dragon combined with a bomb that's the boss of the ninja plane. And it's just I guess this is cool, but I'd like it if anything made sense even a little bit. Like in Ninja Gaiden 1, you go into the ruins under the city that are part of them are Egyptian themed for no reason, then another part aren't, and in the part that aren't, you fight a giant skeleton of a dinosaur.
Yeah, no, that's the number one problem with most. All of Ninja Gaiden 1, but I feel like Ninja Gaiden in general is that none of it's cohesive.
Yeah, no, it's a weird grab bag, and I kind of like it, but at the same time, it's definitely a problem. And then 3 was even weirder because they tried to get the old writer back in from the original Ninja Gaiden on the NES, and he didn't seem to care at all about the last 2 games. So even though you went to Space Cyber Tokyo in number 2, in number 3, regular Tokyo is still around and has a giant monster attacking it. It doesn't make any sense. It's just a mess.
And then they made fucking Yaiba, which is still in the same universe, but it's the post-apocalypse and there's zombie clowns and shit.
We don't talk about Yaiba.
Yeah, that's made by certain
That's got Beck in it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's Yaiba's composer was Grant Kirkhope.
Phil, are you fucking with me?
No.
I'm taking a break from this podcast.
This is the fucked up thing where it's like a Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, Yaiba, Kingdoms of Amalur.
What?
Yeah, I know. That's Grant Kirkhope's like fucking history is platformers and weird shit.
It sounds like Grant Kirkhope making the theme songs for World of Warcraft.
I can't.
Okay, we should move on.
Bob.
Yeah.
Just tell us this good news.
Capcom's removing Denova from DMC5 PC.
Great.
Yeah, I put that on
DMC5 Unchained.
Denuvo sucks.
Yeah, any of that.
Yeah.
All of
It's
those
bad.
are bad.
It gets cracked. It gets cracked before games come out, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't understand why people keep using it. Are they just fucking stupid and don't pay attention?
Did they get
because
locked into multi-year contracts where they just can't, or what's happening?
I mean, there's that,
like
and then there's also when the people come to you to tell you, hey, we're going to protect your game, they don't tell you their failure rate.
But you can't look and you can't do, okay, let's see how fast their things are cracked.
Apparently.
And feel like, oh, they're no protection at all, and everybody fucking hates them.
Apparently that is impossible. Did you see that guy who apparently interviews people and they leave the game industry?
No.
Yes, I did. Yes. It was really fucking funny.
It was really fucked up how he expelled Dan Houser from Rockstar Games.
Yes. Only one of the Hauser brothers is leaving Rockstar Games. This was the vice president of creative, as it was listed. Leaving on March 11th. They didn't really say much. They just put out a little PR. Take-Two put out a PR statement about it.
Did he also kick Rod Ferguson out of the Coalition?
God! We need to check if he did that interview.
He's just leaving and going to
he's going to Blizzard.
Yeah, Blizzard.
He's
to
going to
work
work
on Diablo,
which is interesting. And they already showed that game running, so I find it interesting that they're getting Rod Ferguson at this point. But you know,
I look forward to the 17-minute long Diablo 4 trailer of faces screaming in a mirror.
That's better than what we got.
Oh God, it is.
Ugh. Because it wasn't 17 minutes. The Gears one was shorter than the fucking Diablo 4 trailer. But we got gameplay, which apparently is very, very much going to change, I guess, if they're bringing Rod Ferguson in. For those who don't know, Rod Ferguson literally was over. He was involved in every Gears of War, in every Infinity Blade too. He's the guy who came over from Epic to work at Microsoft with the Coalition on the Gears games.
Mm-hmm.
He's the dude.
Yeah, so now that I wonder if Gears 5 just wraps up that whole series, like if they just are done and now they're doing spin-offs and other junk.
Oh man, I saw some shit that was dope as hell on Twitter. I was like, this design looks amazing. What fucking hardcore game is this from? Gears 5. Excuse me, what? Why wasn't this in the trailer? This looks so raw.
No, you know what we're in trailers? Terminator.
Yep.
Now, I have a segue from Gears 5, and let me put on my fucking brass knuckles.
Sure, yeah, do it.
Oh no! I know what this. Oh no!
So, guess who has been offering to return to the Gears of War franchise as a consultant and said that Gears has become too woke?
Bill Fish.
I refuse to believe this news. One moment.
None other than... Want me to link an article? I'll do that right now.
Yes, please do, because I don't want to talk about this without seeing the direct quote.
Yeah, I don't want to believe this.
This is idiotic. There's no way.
Zelensky wants to return to Too Woke Gears of War as consultant. Offer still stands to consult on the Gears franchise, Microsoft. Your move. Rod had a bunch of mine and Mr. Lee Perry's unused ideas sitting on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, somebody said, careful now, don't want to make Gears too woke to Cliffy B, and Cliffy B said, they kind of already did if you didn't notice. So he didn't call it woke, but he did say they already did that, which is weird to say when the word too is in there. Like, oh, it's too woke. Yeah, I know, right?
He said that Lawbringers failed because he was too woke.
I did see that, yes.
How can he be so woke with the game with no story?
That's a great question, Bob, and I'm glad you asked it.
Because it had gender-neutral bathrooms, and he said he was never going to make a sexy female character ever again. Now, Cliffy B, I applaud you for being self-aware enough to realize that you running your fucking idiot mouth on Twitter all day did indeed hurt the sales of Lawbreakers. However, nobody gives a fuck about that your game was too woke. Nobody cares. I mean, I'm sure some people care, but fuck them. They're a tiny, tiny minority. Most people cared that you're fucking annoying.
No. $1 billion IP works, Overwatch is too anime. We're making a real game for real people.
First of all, Cliffy B, you're fucking performative and transparent. I'm talking directly to you, Cliffy B.
Oh, God.
You're annoying and transparent. Gender-neutral bathrooms and saying you're never going to make a sexy female character again is not political. You were not being political when you said that. You were being performative and being annoying. And everybody can see through you because you spent your entire life up until 2013 being an annoying frat boy dick to everyone. It was only 2012 when you said horrible about Amanda Bynes when she went into rehab, and everybody got on your ass and you went, I'm a dude, bro, and I don't have to give a fuck about women. People remember that, even if you purged your entire fucking Twitter account, Cliffy B.
That's cool. And I don't disagree with anything Phil said, but I would like to clarify, it really would have helped Lawbreakers if every single press release wasn't hard to understand from the muffled sound of your head being so far up your ass, Cliffy. As KZ did the cliff notes a second ago of the shit you said about your game, that it was terrible. You did bad marketing for a forgettable game. Your game is likable to a template for a video game.
Like I said on Twitter, Disco Elysium is the most overtly political game ever made. It has an achievement that mocks you for being a moderate. When the creators got up on stage to take the best RPG award at the VGAs, they thanked Marx and Engels. Your game didn't fail because you were political. They failed because you made a bad game and are an annoying douchebag.
Yeah, I mean, your marketing shouldn't just be attacking another game directly. That's not a way to sell your game. That doesn't make any sense.
I think literally you can be a head-ass son of a bitch on Twitter 24/7 and your game can still sell if it's actually good. Phil Fish exists.
Yes.
So Cliffy just shipped a mediocre, forgettable game with a terrible name, with a marketing campaign that was muffled by the sound of his head up his ass. And that's why it failed. There's nothing else to blame. And his Battle Royale game was...
Radical Heights.
It was radical. And it came in too late to save the company, so it doesn't even matter if it would have taken off eventually. Also, it was another Battle Royale.
Soon, female models.
Well, he didn't want to make them sexy.
That was the thing. It was coming soon.
Great. Awesome.
It had a coming soon over it in the menu.
Will not get over recently just learning It's called Lawbreakers because the first part of the name is like the people upholding the law combined with people breaking the law, and it's
What?
that's why it's called Lawbreakers.
That's
Because
about
the first word is for people upholding the law.
Well,
And
yeah,
the
because
breakers are the people breaking
because
the law.
it's bisected, right?
Yeah.
It's got a slash through it.
What happened was Cliffy B's like, fuck Rooster Teeth. I was gonna name my game Red versus Blue, but that was taken already.
Yeah, so the law is Team Red, and the blue.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you
Wow,
didn't know?
I didn't know that. I couldn't hear it with his head up his ass.
I mean,
I just assumed
Fair.
Phil could not understand it because the name was so simplistically bad that he was overthinking what it could have
Well,
been.
I'm gonna be real. I never saw the logo before.
I mean, me and Dan both played it.
We both played it.
You
It's-
select the breakers, and they are the bad guys.
It's hilariously bad. It is really. It's like somebody took the game Haze's trailer and made that the design ethos
Don't
for this
talk
game.
about Haze.
I will never.
Oh, while I'm
stop.
reading Cliffy B's fucking receipts, let's all remember when he said he gave his employees more severance than he actually did. Then one of them came up to him on Twitter and said, "No, you fucking didn't. You only gave us this much." And Cliffy B said, "Well, I was making a point, but I did the right thing, I think." Maybe that had something to do with the fact that nobody likes you. Also, good job telling basically being fuck gamers for not appreciating me. I'm leaving the industry. And now crawling back to Microsoft being, "Please, sir, may I work on Gears of War?" Fuck you.
I like the hilarious title from the Vice Gaming thing where they go, we're gonna write the story called "Does Cliff Blazensky Understand Why Lawbreakers Bombed?" And I saw it through a tweet of the dude going, "I don't think he understands why his game sucked, so here's something recapping what he said recently and what actually happened."
Oh, that sounds like a great article. I would love to read it.
Let me fish us out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Cats in the line. All right, Cliffy B worked on Gears, Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox headed by Phil Spencer.
Yeah.
Phil Spencer said Xbox's new main competition going forward will be Google and Amazon. And yes, I was laughing while typing this.
Yeah. This is absolutely absurd.
He said in his statement, the main competition going forward will not be Sony and will not be Nintendo. It will be Google and it will be Amazon.
We can't actually compete with them, so we'll just make some bullshit up about how we aren't actually competing with them. Then we can say it doesn't count when people point out how much we suck compared to them.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up his exact statement because
it's really a trip.
It was something.
It's really a trip when you see a boxer in the ring and they're on the down. It's going rough for them. The other guy's been wailing on them, and all of a sudden they just start swinging it at ghosts they're seeing in air. It's really pitiful.
I feel like this statement should have at least not included Google. Because the Stadia released at such smattering disgustingly low. To think of them as competition now makes you look like the biggest buffoon.
It's like blaming a hobo in front of Walmart for gentrification.
Yes.
Okay, I found his statement.
Okay.
Where he goes, when you talk about Nintendo and Sony, we have a lot of respect for them, blah, 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 but we see Amazon and Google as the main competitors going forward. That's not disrespect to the Nintendo and Sony, but the traditional gaming companies are somewhat out of position. And then said, I don't want to be in a fight over format wars with those guys while Amazon and Google are focusing on how to get gaming to 7 billion people around the world.
Yeah,
that's our goal.
That's what cloud gaming does. That works in countries, right?
Yeah.
More than one?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Definitely. I know from the fact that I know two people with a Stadia, and it works in one of their homes.
I think I figured it out. I figured out why he made this statement. Do you know what Amazon, Google, and Xbox have in common?
No game.
They don't make games.
Amazon, Google, and Microsoft are all Silicon Valley companies who want to kill themselves doing Netflix-like subscription models in a way that is just completely not sustainable, but offers great value to consumers until it just completely fucking fails.
I was just gonna say that they all don't make games, but Xbox provides a better service. So of course that they want to win, so then they would look better at doing it like that. It's
the saddest shit in the world.
You're also correct though.
It's the saddest shit in the world that you want Microsoft to get better about what they're doing in the game industry by offering some powerful exclusives and other stuff other than offering value, and they just sit there and go, the real problem is Stadia. We need to worry about that. That's gonna be a threat. I need sugar water.
Yeah, I wanted to have faith in Phil Spencer for like years. Like maybe this will turn things around. Maybe he's going to do something right.
The past couple years have been like him steering the ship, where it's like, all right, they started this Game Pass thing.
Yes.
They're building up these new consoles. So clearly they're gonna work on getting some big games to come in, because it's like they're positioning backwards compatibility. That's been a good initiative. Yeah, and we've reached the point where the game part's supposed to hit, and it's not hitting at all.
Yeah, now it's
not hitting.
The farther we go with this, the more it's like, oh no, this man just stabbed Platinum Games, and now he's going to stab everyone else. It was like, maybe that was just a sacrifice he had to make. No, he's insane.
The murderer's calling from inside the vertical integration.
I'd like to point out that Wonderful 101 Kickstarter, no Xbox port anywhere in sight. They're done with them.
I forgot to mention
listed.
Kamiya mentions Xbox One in that interview with Gamatsu from months ago, but there's no mention on the Kickstarter. So I assume that's something else. They just realized, no, we can't do this.
They're like, wow, publishing is this hard? Fuck this. Because they give small developers a shitload of trouble when it comes to publishing.
Like I said, this was like a decade ago. Somebody interviewed like the CEO of Nippon Ichi Software, who makes Disgaea, and they're like, it's a dead platform in Japan, but a lot of people in the West would really like one of your games on the 360, and they're like, Microsoft wants so many sales, we cannot. They will fine us if we don't make enough sales, and it's too high a number.
God, that Xbox thing. The analogy that comes in my head is their whole goal is they have to drive to one specific spot. They have to go to this one place. And they have spent this road trip of 4 or 5 years getting there. They made it, they missed it, and took the wrong exit. Now they just keep going. They were right there. They almost parked in exclusive video games, but they passed it up because they were really interested. They wanted to go to the Burger King. And now they're trapped. And now they're just driving to cloud gaming land with a question mark.
They're afraid of Amazon Prime?
Here's the thing. Here's how it works, KZ.
Oh, no.
Phil Spencer is driving.
Okay.
Up ahead of them is the Grand Canyon.
Ooh.
And Phil Spencer goes, on the other side of that Grand Canyon is cloud gaming land where we own everything and make $1 trillion every second. And he just hits the gas. He stomps on it as hard as he can. And the people in the back seat are looking at each other and they're like, Phil? And he's like, we're going to get to cloud gaming land. Everything's going to be made of gold. It's going to be great. And they're about to go over that fucking edge. They aren't going to make it to cloud gaming heaven.
Not come fast enough.
Yeah, I'd love for them to stop looking like clowns. That'd be neat.
Sony needs something to temper them. They're gonna become insane and bad Sony again if their enemies aren't all clowns. If all they have to face them are dudes with swords made of tied up balloons, they're gonna turn into PS3 Sony again.
I like that statement. People that came out from Sony saying, "We don't know what the price of our next console is going to be yet. We're looking at various different things." And then one of them was just also what the Xbox will be priced.
Yeah, no,
and I'm like, please undercut them $100 again. Do it.
They're gonna undercut them $100 again. It's gonna be $500. The Series X will be $600 if it's not more.
8:49, as I said a couple of weeks ago.
If they want to push that phone contract shit, I could see it.
God. Let's change topics. Hey, KZ, what's Netflix got for us?
Finally, season 3 of Castlevania: The Netflix is coming March 5th.
Finally.
I'm very
We'll get
very
to see who was the
excited.
most right. Will Dan be right, and the whole thing will be conversations in one room?
we did do an episode on that. I am very excited for this because I saw them saying we're wrapping up production on this episode, and it looks like this is a much longer season even than the last one.
Well, that's
So I'm
good
looking forward
because
to it.
this will undoubtedly be the last one because Netflix doesn't like doing series longer than 3 seasons anymore.
Even though the first season was only 6 episodes, I'm sure it still applies.
Yeah, probably.
Or it was
But who knows?
Not
Who
6.
knows? Who knows, man? Maybe this becomes their Venture Brothers,
Maybe.
where they just roll out.
Maybe they care more about this because it's like a cartoon thing and not like drama or like live action thing. Maybe. I don't know. They don't do much like exclusive animated stuff there. Like they usually buy shit.
Yeah, but do they have any that went 4 seasons recently? Because they just canceled BoJack.
Of course they did.
Yeah, this is its last season. It aired last month. I've yet to watch it. If any of you motherfuckers
Yeah, but
spoil
that's
shit for me, I'll kill you.
Oh, I don't watch that show. Fuck that.
I was talking to
BoJack
Duck
Horseman. BoJack Horseman. That's like Duckman, but bad.
You're fucking wrong. BoJack Horseman is a fucking
Season
national
3
treasure.
Castlevania's coming out. I'm excited. I enjoyed the first 2 seasons, which you could say is just the first season, because good lord, that first season's like 2 episodes long.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah,
But
that's the good part.
I'm excited. It's pretty bad how short it is. We're not going to talk about comparing season 1 and season 2. We've done multiple videos about that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that.
I watched both at once, so I actually don't know the difference.
I think Castlevania might be fucked because they only gave the Dragon Prince 3 seasons. That thing by one of the Avatar creators.
Yeah, I'm sure this is probably going to be the last one. But anyway, I'm excited for it. Expect to see a
Well, I
review
hope
from
it's cool,
GigaBoots and some sort of podcast.
I hope it's good. I really worry that it's going to go more and more in the we want to be Game of Thrones direction.
I can't see this being worse than season 2.
It will be an impressive feat if it is.
I think they might go on an adventure this time.
That'd be
might.
neat.
They have some guy in the poster. I don't know.
Whoa.
They do? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, they do, I guess.
Yeah. Could be anyone.
It'll be some.
Could be Count Saint Germain with these people.
Yeah, it could be. It's the shopkeep from Symphony of the Night.
Guys, I would not stop being jolly
from
and
64.
dancing everywhere I go if it ended up being Count Saint Germain showing up for the last season of this series.
I mean, that's the most appropriate one to get, I feel.
Yes. Oh, man, that'd be so good. But we got to move on. I hear we got
All
some Granblue Fantasy Versus news.
Yes, you've dealt with delay-based netcode. Now you've got delay-based releases because it's not coming out until a month from the Japanese release. Coming out March 3rd. It's already out in Japan. Like, people are already playing that.
Neat. I hear it's highly importable, and anyone who has a fucking problem can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
let's it's time for PSAs with feel. I'm gonna give everybody a PSA.
You just did
Say it. Repeat along with me. Dubs increase the marketability of your game no matter what the game is, and if you whine about a game getting a dub, you're an idiot there.
Also, this has an in-depth story mode. Having a dub is incredibly important in that sense. Like, guys, if
Central
you're that...
Fiction sold so badly due to not having a dub that they put one in BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, a game that had characters that had never had English voices before.
Right. Like, this
Yeah,
isn't
all
hard to
those
figure
under 9
out.
characters.
And if you guys are worried about losing the competitive edge of 27 days, guess what? You weren't going to be good anyway.
Yeah. I did think it sounds like it's close to done because people who have it they hit the credits and it just has the English voice cast in there already.
Yeah, Yeah, apparently it's not even being delayed because of the dub. It's being delayed because, I guess Cygames wanted there to be physical things with it, like physical rewards and pre-order bonuses and stuff that they couldn't get done for a month.
Okay. I mean, then people should like if the Japanese version has the English dub, which I doubt it does, but if it's a legitimate concern for you, consumer, that you are not getting the game at the same time as Japan, there are so many services for importing a game. Please do that and put your money where your mouth is and then shut up.
You can import the Hong Kong version. It has all the English text in it already.
There you go.
It's the easiest thing these days. You don't even need to import it. You can just make an account for Hong Kong and download it. And this has been the case since the PS3.
Right.
But people will still make a big fuss.
Because the game isn't simultaneous worldwide release. What a fucking world we live in. Anyway, hey KZ, you have some other news? Let's go ahead and finish off your news.
All right. So to celebrate the anniversary of Final Fantasy VII, they put out a new trailer. This is what is known as the Square Enix special, where it's a trailer that showed you pretty much that entire game. It also featured the brand new theme song Hollow that was done by Nobuo Uematsu. They revealed he is not the main composer on this. He just did this theme song, which makes sense. He had like major health issues last year where he had to stop like doing concerts and stuff and was hospitalized. So
yeah,
not too shocked about this. The main composers now are going to be Masashi Hamauzu and Misuto Suzuki. They're known for doing the Final Fantasy 13 games and World of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I like those composers.
Yep, and they're doing the arrangements and stuff of the old FF7 stuff.
What's that Final Fantasy 13 theme that's real good?
There's a lot of that.
Blinded by Light. Blinded by Light is the one I like.
Yeah, Blinded by Light's really good.
Yeah. And everything they've played so far has been really, really solid. So I'm looking forward to hearing more of that.
So this is the Kojima trailer, I guess.
It is absolutely the Kojima trailer.
It shows you a lot of stuff you want, but there's still a lot of stuff you didn't get to see. So I think it's better than a Kojima one. Like it blew the cross-dressing cloud load. It blew here's Red 13.
Yeah, I think there are levels of intensity on this spoiled the game. And Square we'll show you some stuff from the very end and some late game stuff, but we won't show you the entire ending, but Kojima does that. But they get close.
We'll have to wait for the game to come out to see exactly how much of it is spoiled.
Right.
But when I saw one part, I'm like, that's the chase at the end of the game. Oh my god, these maniacs.
Yeah.
The theme song they showed is cool though.
Yeah, I didn't watch this trailer. I have no interest. Why would I do that?
Good.
I'm gonna play that game. Like,
good. There's some cool shit in there.
Sephiroth. I still wish English Sephiroth was still George Newbern. I like him more than the new guy.
I'm just glad they showed off Feel 13 because I've been dealing with how that fucker looks since December when I saw him. I was like, oh my god.
He looks he looks super emotive. It's very...
He's a lot to deal with, if I can say so myself.
It is absurd. The one aspect that fucked me up about this trailer is I'm like, oh cool, Hojo. They just got Vexen to voice him from Kingdom Hearts. Oh my god. Just get
and
the
then somebody
exact
told you,
same
that was
guy.
always the case in Japan.
Yeah, and and I was like, of course it was.
I compared the new Red 13 to Advent Children one. They like made him furrier looking, or he looks more like a cartoon animal than like a real animal.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's causing the disconnect in my brain, because he had a little bit of like an anime dog face in Advent Children, but now it's just the anime's all the way on.
Which makes it even better when the crew is just like, what are you? Because you get the idea that is not how a wolf should look in their world. Like, that doesn't look like a normal animal. It has a sense of sentience that makes it very discomforting.
Dude, your tail's on fire.
What the fuck's with that, man?
Yeah, it could. Come on. Anyway, that's my news.
Oh, cool. I want to start with the Double Dragon thing because I want to talk about it.
The Double Dragon and Kunio-kun Retro Brawler Bundle coming to PS4 and Switch on February 20th. It includes 18 games.
Holy
3 of them are the three NES Double Dragons. 4 of them are River City Ransom, the original Renegade, and like the 2 sports ones. I think Crash and the Boys Sports Challenge and Super Dodgeball, I think. And then the other 11 Kunio-kun games that were never released in America, and they're localized.
This is nuts. Like, I didn't read the bottom half of the news. I just looked at the top line. This is fucking awesome. I am absolutely buying this.
What's with the end of this gen with magical localizations like this, Trials of Mana?
I have no idea.
Just like
Trials of Mana. There's that game Moon we talked about a while back. It was a PS1 game that's getting localized.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sega has been hinting they might localize the old Sakura Wars games.
That's cool.
We might get Yakuza Ishin.
PSO2 is coming to the West.
Yeah, that one is insane.
Yeah.
That is like a Year of Dreams insane announcement, but just for a smaller niche.
Yes.
and that niche is me, and I'm so pumped.
That's okay. I get my I get my Year of Dreams announcement tier thing when the PS5 gets announced. Load times are now illegal.
Oh no.
Unless you're on the lower end Xbox, meaning load times will still exist in some form and fuck up games.
I was
They'll have to crawl through rocks.
I was from South Coast to jail. I was watching a Linus Tech Tips video, and it's just an innocuous video about something random. It's like, oh, we set up the server to spool off data to these things, and for some reason it started choking, and we have no idea why it's choking so hard, and oh my god, I'm calling all these people to see why the server is choking. And it turns out all of these state-of-the-art SSDs are fucking choking the RAM. We have 8-channel memory, and it can't fucking deal with these solid-state drives. And I'm like, yes! Yes! Good. I want the loading to be imperceptible to the human eye. This is why, everyone, when I sit there and say, yeah, these games that are going to be designed around these next-gen consoles are assuming something like 4 or 5 gigabytes per second of throughput. That is nowhere.
That's a lot of biting.
It is.
Chewing. Yeah.
These fucking PCs are going to have a real hard time matching up to that experience because Jesus fucking Christ. Phil, is it 2019? Tell me, Phil, is it 2019?
No.
Then why is Fallout 76 still in the news?
I was gonna say because KZ marked this as 2619 in the title.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that's true.
sorry.
I didn't even notice that.
Son of a bitch. I'm using a template that I copy paste.
There we go.
But Fallout 76 is coming to Steam in April. I'm sure there will be lots of horrible things about that migration that I will get to beat up on. But for now, you cannot transfer your paid currency.
What?
You cannot transfer Fallout First membership. You can transfer Cash Shop. You can transfer.
How can
Cash
you
Shop
not
items,
transfer the membership? I didn't know that part.
So I don't know how. I guess that's too hard.
The currency I could approach to understand.
Discord is now
The
coming
membership.
to PC. You can run Discord locally in Windows. You can't transfer Discord Nitro. Guess you need to buy it again, guys.
Bethesda NetB is like, I will pay. I will be with your Fallout First membership alone.
Did they only sell this membership year at a time, or could you do it month by month?
I don't know.
Let me
I
look it up
believe there
right
was a
now.
monthly plan. I remember there being a monthly plan where it was like, hey, best value is a year.
The autocomplete for Fallout First is Fallout First Class War.
Of course.
Of course.
Where's the pricing?
Man,
Where's the pricing?
everything around id, like all of Bethesda soft, needs to just melt off.
Oh yeah.
It needs to just be a skeleton that it can go make their own games
and make it an enemy in Doom.
Man,
this is disgusting.
Yeah, no, this sucks.
Yes, you can buy it monthly, but it's 40% more if you do.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
So
remember it being
how much a month?
stupid like that.
So what you're telling me is most people
It's
probably
$14 a month.
What?
$14 a month monthly.
$14 a month. I have never seen any plan for anything.
That's
not fucking Final Fantasy 14. Not your fucking PlayStation Pluses.
That's
nothing.
That's
goes
more
that
expensive than Netflix, like 4K.
$100
you're
a year
right.
or $14 a month.
I think Netflix is $13. How the fuck did they do this?
Oh no, I'm wrong. It's even more than 40%. It's like fucking 70% more.
I was so afraid you were gonna say I was wrong. It's $16.99 a month.
I can't deal with this. Fuck Bethesda. We're moving on.
Okay, Fairy Tail is delayed to June 26th. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Fucking
Great.
Dylan added them with an
now-
I started tearing up this morning. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just type it in.
Yeah.
Now that Kakarot is dead, Fairy Tail carries all my anime game hopes.
Yeah.
You're like, I know the girls here won't just cook.
Yeah, they get to fight even if sometimes they hold their sword with their toes. So Warcraft 3, Blizzard gave one of their classic non-apologies.
No.
I sent him this. It's really pathetic.
Then said, here's we have a roadmap to fixing this game. And then they tell one of the most insane lies I've ever heard, which is that they didn't redo the cutscenes because they wanted to keep the game's visual consistency to the old one. And I'm like,
Yeah.
How about you not delete the old one from existence, and then it doesn't matter.
But then you also remove stuff like skeletons.
Yeah. The hero units in multiplayer having their own models that aren't characters from the campaign.
Wait, that's gone?
Yeah, I talked about this last week.
Yeah, you talked about it last week. I didn't realize how big.
We talked about it last week. That's so exhausting.
Like if a hero unit exists in the campaign, it's just that unit in multiplayer. Time for a little bit more fighting game news. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 producer Ryoto Nitsuma leaves Capcom. I don't have good feelings about Capcom's fighting game input going into next gen. I kind of think there might not be very many.
I mean, that guy apparently hasn't done anything since those, so I don't know.
Yeah. I haven't had much confidence in Capcom's fighting games.
Yeah.
I will give them till September, like Tokyo Game Show of 2021, and if they haven't revealed the new fighting game by then, I think they're done.
I mean, I'm a fucking boomer. I've been giving them rope since 1999. I'm done. That's when Third Strike came out.
I could tell.
I like Marvel 3.
I like Marvel 3
Street
more
Fighter
than
4.
I think I like Marvel 3 more than I like literally every other fighting game they released since Third Strike. So
I feel like there's got to be something else.
That's where I am. I like Tatsunoko vs. Capcom 2. I wish it wasn't sealed into the coffin of the Wii.
Right. I like that more than I like Marvel 3.
You know, I'm getting ahead of a little bit of what we'll be doing over the next week, but hopefully our Wii with the HDMI mod will be back, so Bob and I can take a look at that Tatsunoko versus Capcom on that. That should be pretty tight.
Oh, I'm jealous. Now, in other fighting game news, we got Evo 2020 games, Smash Ultimate,
Okay, yep.
Tekken
Cool.
7,
Absolutely hype.
Street Fighter 5,
Sure, why not?
Dragon
Yay.
Ball Fighters,
Yep, that makes sense.
Granblue Fantasy Versus,
Okay.
Soul Calibur 6,
Yeah.
Uniclear, the next version of Under Night In-Birth.
Is that version out?
Yes, it came out this month. Last month, I think.
Okay.
The end of last month.
Did it?
Sam Show.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I think
And
it's coming out like really soon if it isn't out already.
Yeah, it's coming out very soon, if it's not already out. And a special Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Invitational.
That's great.
Yeah, no, Marvel
when
vs.
they
Capcom 2 is hype.
Showed the
Yes.
premise where they're like, we got the 4 greatest players of this game ever, and then we're gonna get another 4, and then and we're gonna make maybe the best tournament of the show.
That's so hype.
I like seeing on Twitter like some. Darn it, who is that guy from the Pat the NES podcast?
Ian?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw him being like, "Yeah, there sure is an uptick of people wanting Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the PS2.
Yep.
I am sold out, just so you know."
It's almost like Capcom should re-release it.
Yes,
They
need-
did for a while. It was available digitally, and then the license expired again.
Yep.
It's almost like a digital version isn't enough, in that we need a physical re-release for the PS4 to drive down the fucking used costs.
Capcom needs
feel
to
like,
get on.
I feel like Disney has to be so unreasonable about this license now. I can't imagine it's something they ever want to get back to.
I'm sure, but this is a bear.
Right, like they need to get some way to port this upward, get it on PS4 and next gen in general, and then just make Capcom versus Capcom
so
fighting
it
game to
doesn't
cut this
matter.
out, to cut out all of this nonsense.
Yeah.
Or find some other company you can cross over with that isn't like this.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Look, here's what you do. Here's what you do, Capcom. Go to Namco. You're friends with Namco. Say, can you talk to Shonen Jump and let us make Capcom versus Shonen Jump?
Yeah, that would be fine. That would be amazing.
So I have an alternative theory. I have an alternative game plan that I think is more powerful.
Okay.
Capcom should try to make the Smash Bros. Of traditional fighting games. They should try to go to every publisher in the industry. I think that could work.
I feel like every
Or
time
they
you
could
have
just
to
make
re-release-
Capcom versus SNK 3. SNK's back.
SNK's neat, but I feel like going to everyone in the industry could make a really strong roster.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, Smash Bros. Is cool. It'd be great to have a Smash Bros. That was an actual normal fighting game.
Like, I was looking at this list, and I saw everyone before going, like, Melee's not going to go in, please retweet. But I thought the funniest thing was Mortal Kombat 11's dead. Like, it only got 1 year. And I think
I'm
this is,
willing
like, the
to
first
bet-
year that NetherRealm hasn't had a game there for years now. I
Yeah,
feel like they're always
I'm
in there.
I'm willing to bet Injustice 3, if it's not a next-gen launch title, is close to one.
I think the Mortal Kombat thing, I feel like that game got so much negative like feedback from the community, and it has all of that loot box garbage that makes it incredibly hard to run a tournament for, that they just didn't even want to deal with it.
Well, no, Bob. Don't worry. Every character has a competitive like template, and you can only use that.
That was one of the major complaints even before the game came out of, oh, you can't, all the freedom we would have wanted to make our own variations for the combat, we can't do that. They have specific set
Variations,
ones.
that's the term. Like, so what? So you make like 3 variations for this character, but I can only use one? Like, that was a part of MKX I really liked.
Like, a lot of people had issues with how they've changed the general flow of the combat. But I didn't expect it to just completely not even make it in after only one Evo. Feel like most games at least get like 2.
I'm guessing they didn't have a new game to advertise, so they didn't even bother paying.
Or if you're Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, you get none.
Yeah, I mean a game that's relevant. That game just exploded.
I always try to be polite about NetherRealm fighters,
Right.
because I would never review a fighting game because I'm not competent enough at fighting games to critically assess them.
They have good animations.
I don't like them, so them not showing up doesn't mean a damn thing to me. Makes more room for Under Night In-Birth.
I'm really sad that they didn't just like, no, Under Night In-Birth, no more. Sorry. Melty Blood.
I mean, if there was one slot each year where they crawled further up their own ass.
It's like, we'll be hosting this main tournament from a bathroom. I'm sorry, it's tradition.
Bob, fighting games are not allowed, tournaments are not allowed to run Melty Blood anymore. It's an insurance risk because meth heads show up.
Someone's trying to trade in a stolen Xbox every time.
You get some dude who has 2 patches of hair left on his head and he's wearing a dirty wife beater. He walks in with a stained wife pillow and says, Shikitono Raw. And the insurance just can't deal with that anymore.
Oh, man. That's fucking good.
Oh, yeah, I meant to bring it up when we were talking about the Granblue release. I found out that it was originally only available at Best Buy and Amazon, and then Xseed's site, but now with that GameStop as well, and then hopefully we'll see it show up at more retailers, so that's good. I'm wondering if, because these things, like that came out right after this news of it being at EVO, so hopefully that was what their push was of, we need to get this to retail.
I like how Cygames very clearly told Arxis, listen, most of our fans have never played a fighting game in their fucking lives. You put a bunch of clown shoes bullshit in this game. So it has like a full story mode. It has co-op against bosses. It has a pulling mechanic like the gacha game. It has a lot of stuff. They're doing a special event for it in the mobile game where the really horny character talks to you.
Well, that's it for the news this week. Pretty small news week, am I right, guys?
Yeah.
Coming up in the next week, we've got that HDMI modded week coming back. I'm going to be doing some tests on that. We'll probably do a live stream on that. Who knows what game? And other stuff. I actually, as I talked about before, completely redid the GigaBoots HQ living room area we do all of our videos from, so we're more capable of doing behind the scenes stuff and some GigaBoots Eats again. So we're probably going to do an unboxing of some fan mail we got. Some people sent some cool stuff to the PO box, so sometime in the next few days we're probably going to do an unboxing for the first time in a year or something. So that's pretty cool. Aside from that, I don't really want to announce anything, but I'm hoping Giving Games a Chance makes a return in the next week. We'll just see how that goes. Hey, KZ, what do you have going on?
In terms of like videos and stuff, I'm taking a break for a week in terms of uploading. I'm prepping a lot of videos and stuff, but once it's back, I'll be doing Let's Play of the new Fire Emblem DLC when that's out, as well as Trails of Cold Steel, which I've got a few videos in the tank working on that now. But yeah, this will be a very light week in terms of content, but that's fine. I put out like 70 videos last month. It's okay.
Yeah, you put out a lot of content.
Yeah.
Hey, Feel.
Well, I will probably be finishing Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc on Sunday. I don't really have very much of the game left, according to people. They say I have about 4 hours left.
I've never heard someone say its full name in years.
So I'll probably be done with that. And once that's done, since by the time you hear this, I'll probably be done, I might be scheduling another Bob and George stream with Voxandra, twitch.tv/Voxandra. So keep an eye out for that announcement.
And for those who don't know what Bob and George are, it is an old webcomic made with sprites based on Mega Man with an author self-insert.
The only bit I've seen of that stream was I came in, and in the author's notes, it just went, I really like Joss Whedon's writing, and then Phil was just exploding.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to note I looked it up. Masashi Hamauzu did not make Blinded by Light. Apparently Bruce Springsteen did. Sorry, everyone.
Oh, what a shame. I hope they can get him back for Final Fantasy.
I hate you. I've been trying to ignore it in the Big Think Dimension chat all night. All night being 24 minutes.
Blinded by the light. The goddess's wrists and her armpits are tight.
Shut the fuck up!
Thanks for listening to this episode of Big Think Dimension. This show, like our other podcasts, is only possible with the generous time our co-hosts have given to us and the equipment we've bought to make it higher quality and easier to produce. Please consider supporting our podcast series on our GigaBoots podcast Patreon and look forward to more gamer premonitions and Big Think Dimension in the future.
This video was brought to you by the power of the legendary GigaBoots executive producers: Vincent Povert, Nicholas Cameron, E. Lee Broyles, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Dryzart, Red Blaze 27, and Texas Man joins Smash. Thank you for lending us your power, our executive producers. And also these guys. If you want to become powerful like our executive producers, then head on over to www.patreon.com/GigaBoots today.